Hey, what's going on there, buddy? This is Give Me That Change TV, and I wanted to quickly get up here and get my NFL Week fix up, as they are coming out later than expected, as I've been having camera issues, and I do apologize for that. All in all, here we go. We're going to start with the Panthers playing against the Chicago Bears. Panthers won this past week, played quite well. Bears took a loss. Bears defense is better than the Panthers. Panthers, I don't think, are going to be able to compete with the Chicago Bears defense. So I'm going to take the Chicago Bears in a win here, but it's going to be a close one. Buffalo Bills are up next against the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are still 0-3 right now. They're about to be 0-4, as the Buffalo Bills, I think, are going to outmatch them, as they not only came back from behind to beat the New England Patriots this past week, but they really showed that they are contenders for a lot more wins this season. Next up, we got the Tennessee Titans playing against the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns came out alive this past week and got a win. Tennessee Titans looking like a team that's going to be falling apart now, as they lost their wide receiver Britt, maybe for the season, as something with the ACL. I'm going to have to take the Cleveland Browns here, as I believe Hillis is going to be running all day and really hurting the Tennessee defenses. They're going to be unable to stop that. Next up, we got the Detroit Lions playing against the Dallas Cowboys. The Detroit Lions really showed that they're a solid team, as they came back to beat the Vikings after being down quite a bit. The Dallas Cowboys, to me, are looking quite sloppy, as they barely got out alive against the Washington Redskins this past week. So, I mean, this is a big up-in-the-air game. A lot of people are probably going to take Dallas, but I'm going to be taking Detroit. As I already said last week, I'm on the bandwagon for them right now, and I expect them to roll to 4-0. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers playing against the Houston Texans, and the Houston Texans, They took a loss to the Saints, but they really had their opportunities to get their win there. The Pittsburgh Steelers looked really sloppy this past week against the Colts, not to mention they barely got out alive there, and they were just all over the place. They can't get their running game going, and it's just they're not looking good right now. So if the Houston Texans can play offensively the way they did this past week, Pittsburgh Steelers really got something coming for them, because they need to get that running game going. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to beat the Houston Texans. So I'm going to take the Houston Texans on the win here, as they're home, and I think they got the advantage. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints playing against the Jacksonville Jags, and the Jags had a little, still lost their game this past week, but they showed a little bit of fire at the end of the game there. The New Orleans Saints, like I said, they barely got out alive against the Houston Texans. I thought that the New Orleans Saints obviously are still a better team, though, weapon-wise and defense-wise, so I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints here on the win. Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings playing against the KC Chiefs. Minnesota Vikings, they are lucky with that win, in my opinion, this past week. KC Chiefs, they really showed something, and surprisingly, they actually almost held the San Diego Chargers and almost beat them. That was a close battle there. So, yes, they are missing Jamar Charles and a big-time defensive player, but there could be the potential that the KC Chiefs get it going. Don't forget last year what they did offensively. Not only running the ball with Jamal Charles, but passing as well. So I'm gonna take an upset here with KC getting the win. Next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers against the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles have lost 2 straight. Just lost to the New York Giants this past week, and Michael Vick has supposedly broken his non-throwing hand. They're saying that he's going to be playing in the game no matter what, 100%. I'm not really liking that. I think he needs to sit and rest. I think that if you keep putting this guy out there, he's going to continue to get beat up, especially after the comments he made this week about the refs not throwing flags or whatnot for a lot of hits on him, which are just a bunch of bullshit. So if Vick's in this game, I do see the potential that the Philadelphia Eagles have a higher chance to win. But is that going to happen? Right now, like I said last week, I think the San Fran 49ers are a solid team, but I don't think they're going to be able to fare off against the defense. I think that the young offense there is going to be what's going to screw them up, and it's going to be dumb, costly turnovers with the Eagles' solid defenses. What's going to be the changing factor of the game there. So the Philadelphia Eagles will get the win there. Next up, we have the Washington Redskins playing against the St. Louis Rams. St. Louis Rams, in my opinion, when Steven Jackson's 100%, they're a different team. Right now, he's not. I'm not sure if he's going to be this week, so I'm going to take the Washington Redskins on the win here. Next up, we have the New York Giants playing against the Arizona Cardinals. And like I told you before, I like the Cardinals. However, the New York Giants really showed that their defense can pretty much contain and play against any team now. If the New York Giants are able to get their offense going and rolling like they did against the Philadelphia Eagles, especially with the running game in the end of the game there, then I think they do have a good shot at getting the win here. So I'm taking the New York Giants. Next up, we got the Atlanta Falcons playing against the Seahawks. Atlanta Falcons took a loss to the Bucs. I called that this past week. Seattle Seahawks got their first win of the season. They're going to be all excited and going on that, but Atlanta Falcons are going to be a little too hot for them to handle. So I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons there. Denver Broncos are up next against the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers, they got a win this past week. The Denver Broncos, they were looking all right, but the Denver Broncos obviously are not going to be able to compete with the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are the defending Super Bowl champs, so they are ready to get a win here. So I'm taking them. Next up, we got the New England Patriots playing against the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders really ran rapid on the New York Jets this past week, and I called that as well. I didn't call that they were going to run all over, but I did call an upset there. The New England Patriots, I can't remember the last time they lost 2 in a row, so this is probably the biggest game of the week that I'm concerned with. I think that with the fact that New England's going into Oakland, and with Oakland with their running game right now, if New England can't shut that running game down, there's going to be some serious problems, because the New England Patriots have struggled in many games on the run. But I think that the New England Patriots defense will get some type of turnover in the end that's going to ultimately get them the win. So I'm going to take New England Patriots here. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins playing against the San Diego Chargers. San Diego Chargers looked a little sloppy, in my opinion, this past week against the KC Chiefs. But the San Diego Chargers, in my opinion, are one of the better teams in the NFL. I think their offense is immaculate. They really do have key wide receivers, great tight end, and awesome running backs, in my opinion, that can really carry them. But then again, the Miami Dolphins are also, in my opinion, a solid team. I think it's going to ultimately come down to the defense and the small play. So who's going to get the win here? I'm going to have to take the San Diego Chargers getting the win here, and it's going to be by less than 10. Next up, we have the New York Jets against the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are going to be rampant, coming off a nice win this past week. The New York Jets are pissed off. They're just not excited with the fact that they got beaten up by the Raiders. My personal opinion is if the New York Jets cannot get their offense rolling at a better level, when I mean that, I'm talking about the quarterback. He's got to get his passer rating up. He can't be sitting in the 70s and getting wins. It just ain't happening. I think the Baltimore's defense is going to step it up, and I think that Torrey Smith, or whatever his name is, that wide receiver rookie, could be the ultimator of the game, and if he gets a breakout catch, could put Baltimore up. It's going to come down to basically the quarterbacks and how they play the game here. And if they run the ball the proper way and beat down on a team, then they're going to get the win. But I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens here, ultimately getting the win, as I think their defense it always shines when it comes to the pressure situations. And I think the New York Jets, when it comes to pressure situations on the offense, cannot succeed right now. Then they've shown that they've under pressure they kind of can't do it, and that's because of Sanchez and the improper coaching there. So they need to get that under wraps before they'll be able to get wins, in my opinion, against a team like the Baltimore Ravens. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts playing against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tampa Bay Bucks, like I said, got a win this past week. Indianapolis Colts really showed that they defensively are can still contend with some of the best teams in the NFL, even if Peyton Manning's gone. Will they get the win ultimately? I don't think so. I think that the Tampa Bay Bucks, because they're so young on the offensive front, and their defense is starting to play quite, a little bit better than I expected. That the Tampa Bay Bucks will get the win here, because I think the Colts ultimately are pretty beaten up with that game they just had with the Steelers. So those are my picks for the week. Enjoy, and leave some comments and post a like right back to everybody. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.